Good evening, Riverglades families. We are here to introduce ourselves. I'm Joanne Seltzer, the lucky principal at Riverglades, and with me I also have
Chris Duhart. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Riverglades.
and
Linnell Joseph, the other assistant principal.
And we want to welcome you tonight to our parent orientation. You are going to hear and get a lot of valuable information from your child's teacher. But we're here with a few reminders and updates as well. So first, I just want to beg of you to please update any emergency contact information in the front office. If you move, if you will be out of town and someone else is staying with you, please make sure we have that updated information just in the event of an emergency we can reach you. So we appreciate any updates. Thank you. Also, it's really important that our students are on time and ready to learn at 8 a.m. 8 is late. Students should already be in class by 8 o'clock. So you can help us by making sure that kids get to bed early so they are here on time. And we offer free breakfast. So get them here early. We open our doors at 7:30. And then last, not sure if you heard, but there is a new cell phone policy in Broward County, and it's called Disconnect to Reconnect. And that says during the school day, all student devices, electronic watches, cell phones, tablets must be off or in airplane mode so students can concentrate on their work. We hope you will learn a lot tonight, and we have some other important information. Mr. Duhart?
You know, our front office gets really busy, and it's brought items from kids that forgot them in the morning that sometimes really takes over. If you can do without that particular item being given to your kid on that day, it might be a learning opportunity for them to do without it. So whenever possible, try to skip the bringing of the water bottle if it's not that necessary. Also, we spent a lot of time last week going over a lot of information with your kids concerning safety. We wanted them to know that there are some words that they should not use at school and some things that they should not do during school that could possibly require us to do something called a BTA, which is a behavioral threat assessment. And it's a long process. It's something we have to do if they use certain words. So we tried to give them a good warning about what things to say in order to make sure that they keep everyone around them feeling safe. And finally, for me, if you do hear something, anything in the community that could be concerning about safety, make sure you use that Fortify app in order to let us know. If you see something, make sure you say something.
Thank you, Mr. Duhart. Also, just as a reminder, parents, BTAs do become part of a child's permanent record. Mm-hmm. So if they could reinforce, if you can reinforce with your children appropriate things to say, a good way to say it is follow our Gator expectations and just be kind.
Yeah.
Miss Joseph, did you want to add some information?
I do. We know sometimes you have to pick your child up early, and that's okay. But we need you to know that if you have any dismissal changes, please call the front office. It's okay to let the teacher know, but if you want us to make sure that your child is getting home safely, we want you to please first call the front office and they will let the teacher know. Also, it's very important that you do this by 1:30 p.m. After 1:30, we cannot honor any early dismissal changes. On a rainy day dismissal, usually because there's lightning, if you want to come early to pick up your child, you can do so by 1:40. Okay, so make sure if you're changing your dismissal, please call the front office so that we make sure that we get your child home safely the way you want them to get home. Another hot topic that's been happening this year is the dress code. Broward County Schools has a dress code to make sure that all students are dressed appropriately in the learning environment. Some of the highlights that probably your kids have been already talking about are basically non-revealing clothes, shoes that are not backless or open-toed, and also head coverings. Hats, bandanas, things like that can be worn if it's outside because of course it's sunny Florida, but while we're inside the building, those things are not permitted. But for a detailed understanding and list of what is the dress code, please check out the Code of Conduct. There's a whole section on the dress code to make sure that your child is in line with what is the expectation. Because if not, your child will be warned, but then you might get a phone call to maybe come to school and bring them the appropriate change of clothes.
Thank you. And just to clarify, on a regular school day, 1:30 is the latest you can sign your child out. At 1:40, if it is a lightning dismissal, we do extend it a little bit later to give you an opportunity to make those necessary changes. We thank you so much for joining us this evening, and again, we hope you get a lot of valuable and useful information tonight. Thank you, and have a good evening.